China has undergone a remarkable transformation as the manufacturing hub of the world. In 2001, when the country joined the World Trade Organization, it was ignored as a low-key player on the international manufacturing stage. However, gradually, the world recognized the real power of Chinese craftsmanship. The Chinese government left no stone unturned in reforming its economy through producing exportable goods. Its formal entry to the World Trade Organization, or WTO, doubled the output, and within a few years, China established its position as the most reliable low-cost manufacturer. In other words, it became the world's factory. Can you believe that? But today, China's title as the global manufacturing power is threatened dramatically by the emergence of new budding economies such as Indonesia and Vietnam. So does this mean China is no longer the world's factory? Well, let's find out. But before we continue, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. This will help to promote our content worldwide. Also, let us know your thoughts and other topics you want us to cover in the comments section below. Thanks! Now, let's get back to the video. China's rise as the world's factory. China's primary plus point or competitive edge over other Western nations was that it offered labor-intensive goods such as clothes, textiles, footwear, toys, and even furniture at unbelievably low costs. Moreover, its manufacturers catered to customers from around the globe, as per their terms and conditions. There came a time when Chinese products were showcased in almost every nook and corner of the world. This helped China revive and thrive its economy by a considerable margin. Just check out some of the items in your kitchen or wardrobe, and there you'll find the Made in China tags on many of them. Why is everything made in China? If you believe that Chinese products are abundant because the country offers cheap labor so companies can quickly bring down production costs, and that's how China became the world's factory, you are gravely mistaken. There's much more to Chinese craftsmanship than what you may think. The country doesn't just offer cheap labor. It offers a reliable and robust business ecosystem and minimal regulatory compliances. Furthermore, the Chinese government doesn't impose high taxes and duties on exported goods, while the country observes competitive currency practices. China also doesn't strictly follow minimum wages or even child labor laws. These are the fundamental pillars of business in the Western world. Why is the Chinese manufacturing boom fading? One of the vital factors that helped China become the world's factory was the availability of cheap labor. The country is home to 1.39 billion people and is ranked as the most populous country globally. So, considering the law of supply and demand, there is a greater supply of low-wage workers than the demand in China. However, the situation has been changing in China lately. More provinces have increased their minimum wages due to the rise in the cost of living. This could be one of the reasons people do not find the Chinese labor market as appealing now as they used to about a decade ago. Another key reason behind China's rise as the world's factory was that industries were a springboard in the country. This aspect allowed China to advance the production of high-end goods like electronics and develop economically. Did you know that during 2010, a year regarded as China's manufacturing heyday, its exports reached over $1.5 trillion annually? That figure dropped after the Chinese government decided to restructure its economy, focus more on domestic consumption of common goods, and encourage high-value exports. And how can we overlook that industrial land and construction costs have increased tremendously, so building factory units will now cost higher in China than in other Southeast Asian cities. For mainstream manufacturers such as Fox, Intel, and Samsung, Southeast Asia appears more promising now, with Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Vietnam giving fierce competition to established markets. India is also a key player in this race. In fact, exports from India and Vietnam have increased by 10% in the past 2 years. The picture seems brighter for Southeast Asia in the future. We can expect the world's manufacturing map to look much different 5 years later than what it is currently, because China is losing factories at a surprisingly fast pace. According to surveys conducted by UBS, at least 20 to 30% of manufacturing might leave China. China's manufacturing epicenter Dongguan has space available signs posted over shutters of closed factories. Reputation and trust are the only two things that travel faster than light in this world, and it appears as if China has lost on these grounds. The heady cocktail of geopolitical tensions, high tariffs, COVID-19, unrequired tiffs with neighbors, misusing of WTO rules, and forced laboring of ethnic minorities are issues that have collectively affected China's status as the world's factory. Most damages were done by the coronavirus that destroyed the entire world's way of life. Then China's never-ending conflicts with India, Japan, and Australia, and its total disregard for ethnic minority civil rights and freedom have shaken its position as the global manufacturing leader. Is China still the factory of the world? We cannot forget that approximately $4 trillion worth of manufacturing occurs in China, which is more than India's GDP and about 30% of global manufacturing. It is also more than the manufacturing power of Japan, the USA, and Germany put together. In 2020 and 2021, China remained the biggest exporter of goods globally, and the US was the biggest importer. So, it would be a massive challenge for the WTO to organize trade according to its extant rules. Furthermore, China offers the best supply chains in the world, and no other country even comes close to it. The availability of cheap labor is still a key factor that will keep the Made in China label on so many products sold around the globe. Emerging economies cannot simply rely on low labor costs to create as strong a business ecosystem as China is offering. So, at least for the next few years, China will continue to remain the world's factory. What's your take on this prediction? Please share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you want to stay informed about current affairs, please hit the subscribe button and bell icon to stay connected. Thanks for watching.